How's it going, everybody? I don't know about where you live, but in Southern California it is getting very, very warm, and as the weather gets warmer and warmer, more and more people are working on their summer body. So if you are one of those people and you're struggling to get that stubborn six-pack to show, I'm going to give you a few helpful tips to take your summer body to the next level. I hope everybody is doing wonderful today, and thank you for joining me in today's video. Today we're going to talk about 4 of some of the most common mistakes that I see as a personal trainer when it comes to fat loss or fat reduction. So if you are someone who is struggling to lose some of that body fat, I hope you can stay tuned and take a few pointers away from this video that will help you get to your body goals. So we're going to get straight into it. Mistake number 1, it's probably the most common mistake of them all, and it's dieting. If you are someone struggling to lose body fat, the chances are you are eating over the amount of calories your body actually needs. But it's okay. It's really hard for us to know how many calories we are eating if we are not counting them. But before we can start counting calories, we need to start learning what our RMR, or our resting metabolic rate, is. This is a unique number to everybody. It includes your body weight, your gender, your activity level, and your height. And with all these calculated together, it will give you your RMR. For an example, my RMR is 2,750 calories. And since I'm trying to cut fat, I need to eat between 300 to 500 less calories than that so I can give my body something to burn. If I'm not eating underneath that caloric intake, then my body is going to have no reason to burn fat. There's a couple quick ways to calculate your own RMR. The easiest way to go search on Google on your phone or your computer for an RMR calculator. I added a few links to some RMR calculators for you guys down below, so go ahead and check them out. There's a bunch of different calculators and they'll probably give you a range of different RMRs, but a good idea is to use about 2 or 3 of those calculators and take about the average and start using that as a base. Now that we understand and know what our RMR is, we can finally start tracking our calories and our macros. And I know, guys, tracking our food is very time consuming, but what beneficial thing in life isn't time consuming? And if you're really struggling to lose that body fat, this is going to be the most helpful tip right here. We need to start keeping track of what we're putting in our body, because if we don't know what we're putting in our body and we're overshooting our RMR by 200, 300 calories, then we're already putting our body in a state where it's going to actually gain fat instead of lose fat. So it's equally as important to know what our body needs as well as to know what we're actually giving our body every day. And once we're in between that 300 to 500 caloric deficit consistently, then we're going to start seeing that body fat lower and those abs start popping. Alright guys, moving straight on to mistake number 2, and that's a lot of people try to spot reduce fat. What this means is people generally have a certain area in their mind where they want to lose the most fat in. Generally it's that core area, so what they do is they go over to the gym and really spend most of their time working on that area, which is, you know, if they're working on their core, it's their abs. They do sit-ups, crunches, planks, which is totally fine. It is very important to work your abs, but this is not a very effective way at all to burn fat in the belly. Because ab work requires very little energy at all, you're burning very little calories doing it. And since spot reducing fat is actually very, very hard for us to do, and fat reduction actually comes as a full body kind of thing, going to the gym and working on abs for 30 or 40 minutes isn't a very effective way to lose calories. If you spend more than 5 to 10 minutes on abs, I don't want to say you're wasting your time, because ab work is very important when it comes to strengthening the core. If your end goal is to lose body fat, you kind of are wasting your time. You can spend that extra 20 minutes of time that you were going to use on ab work into more effective ways to burn fat. So to sum up this mistake and tip, if you're trying to lose that belly fat, don't just spend your time doing ab work, because in the end, you're gonna find yourself spending a lot of time and not using that much energy and not burning that much fat. Going on to mistake and tip number 3, and that's the type of cardio that you are doing. So building off mistake number 2, if you are trying to lose body fat, then you need to start implementing compound lifts in your routine, and you need to start implementing HIIT cardio. One of the first things you see when you go into the gym is all the ellipticals and stairmasters and bench presses are taken. But why all the ellipticals and stairmasters and treadmills are always taken is because this is people's preferred version of cardio. And if you love running, if you love doing the Stairmaster, if you love doing the ellipticals, please by all means keep doing it. But if you're using the treadmills and the ellipticals because that's what you think is going to burn the most amount of fat, then let me give you a little helpful tip. The elliptical and the treadmill are good versions of workouts, especially if you love doing them, then again, by all means keep doing them. But if your end goal is to lose body fat as quick as possible, you need to hop off the treadmill and start doing HIIT cardio. HIIT cardio stands for high intensity interval training. It is a type of training that involves resistance and cardio style exercises in short bouts. Why you burn so much more calories in HIIT cardio than a treadmill is because one, you're using more of a full body workout instead of just your legs as you would on a treadmill or on an elliptical. And two, it puts our body through a state called EPOC, which stands for excessive post-exercise oxygen consumption. It's a mouthful, but what it is our body trying to return our oxygen levels back to what it was prior of the workout. And this system actually takes a lot of energy for our body to do, therefore it burns a lot of calories, already on top of your body burning a lot of calories from the workouts you're doing through the HIIT cardio. So HIIT cardio in the long run is a lot better than the treadmill, and it is a lot quicker and it'll tire you out a lot more. Alright, moving on to the last and final mistake, and that is consistency. This is going to be the #1 killer of you getting to your results. I'd rather you give me 90% 100% of the time than giving me 100% 90% of the time. Because that 10% where you're not giving me anything could lead to you not giving me anything for a very long time. Because if you work out for a month straight, no problem, everything's good, and then the next month you take a day or two off, it could lead to you taking a week off, to a month off, and so on. If you are working out every day like you were supposed to, you are much less likely to fall out of your routine than if you are someone who takes the occasional day off. Guys, exercising is very tough and challenging, and that's why not everybody does it. But it is a much more mental game than it is a physical game. The reason why people skip a day after the gym is not because they physically can't go to the gym. Maybe it is, maybe they're injured, but for the most part, if they decide, alright, I'll skip training today, or alright, I'll skip out on my nutrition today, it is not because they physically can't go to the gym or they physically can't cook their chicken and their rice or whatever. It's because they mentally can't tell their body to get up off the couch and go to the gym. It's because they mentally can't tell their body, okay, we need to eat chicken, rice, and asparagus instead of McDonald's today. It is very difficult mentally, but that's why exercising is not only good for you physically, but also mentally. So if you could start training your mind to stop listening to the voices that tell you it's okay to skip out on your training and your nutrition, then you are going to be one giant step above the game. And guys, trust me, if I can do it, then you guys can do it too. Anyways guys, thank you for joining me in today's video. I hope it helped you a little bit at least, nudge you in the right directions if you're struggling a little bit. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you have any future suggestions to other videos, please leave it in the comment section down below. And if you want to stay tuned to more of your free guides to your fit life, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. See you guys.